All right, the entire continent of Africa still enjoys and very, very happy mood this morning over the victory of the Super Falcons of Nigeria over the Australians yesterday at the ongoing 2023 FIFA World Cup. And nobody saw that coming. And Nigeria they have now become the Morocco of 2022 FIFA World Cup, where Morocco took the burden for Africa and got to the semi-final. The Super Falcons have actually assumed that role now. They've recorded Africa's first victory at the ongoing tournament being hosted by Australia and New Zealand. On that note, welcome you to another fantastic edition of Nigeria Super Fan. Of course, here we talk everything regarding African football with attention on the ongoing FIFA World Cup. Kyle Dogundare and James Agberebi are here, and it's going to be another wonderful ride on the show. Guys, you're welcome.
Thank you very much, Femi. It's always a pleasure. And congratulations to you and all of Nigeria.
Africa, you meant?
Well,
all right, James, you're welcome. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Femi, and congratulations to the Super Falcons.
Okay, all right, guys, let's get started. Kyle, I'll start with you because you know why I would be starting with you. Yesterday, I saw how you quickly moved from Uchebe to I think Tony Payne. Yesterday, I saw your post on Facebook. After the first game against Canada, it was Uchebe. You said your first love now, and all of a sudden you've moved to Tony Payne after our scintillating performance yesterday against Australia. But let's talk about the victory. Kyle, I think we've been very critical of Randy Wardrum, and it seems he read everything perfectly because no one ever thought that the Falcons are even going to win a single game in this tournament.
Femi, I've always told you something. I said, and this was even before this competition, I said it's always the tournament bounce. You get into a tournament against expectations, you get results where you are not expected to get, and then it helps your confidence and you go on from there. The so-called the tougher teams in the group were supposed to be Canada and Australia, especially because these are the teams who are in the first 10 according to FIFA rankings. One is 7th, one is 10th, and Nigeria is like 40th. So 40. Nobody ordinarily will expect that Nigeria should get a result against these two. And yeah, we got 4 points against them. This is massive, but I will still apply caution. I will apply caution. Yeah, Femi, I knew what was going on through your mind while the game was going on until the turn of events and everything went well eventually. Yeah, about Tony Payne. I call her my new crush because Femi, like Ucheibe did in the first game, she did extraordinarily well against Australia. She was the pivot of the team. She was the number 7 for Nigeria. She was everywhere, and it was so massive. I couldn't hold myself back. I felt this is the way to play football. You saw she was there marking. She was pushing the team forward. And look at the pass for the third goal, the pass she made to Aziza. That was actually not the first time, but that was the one that got converted. So obviously that's the one everybody is going to talk about. She saw Aziza running into space and she put the ball behind the wall of the Australians. Beating the host country is not a mean feat any day for me. It is not a mean feat. So I congratulate the Falcons. The girls have been against every expectation of Femi. You know the drama that surrounded this team before they left for the competition.
The preparation.
I know a lot of people today who are praising them who didn't want them to succeed so that they could say, I told you so. Some of these elements are even in the Nigerian Football Federation. They wanted the girls to fail so that they would say, oh, the coach is not a good coach. I'm not saying he's the best coach, but Femi, I see elements of coaching in this team. Even in game, when the game is going on, we see how the girls switch formation. When Uchenna Kanu was playing from the left flank, you were complaining about her. Femi, you were complaining. You nearly had a heart attack with the girl because I know all the things you were complaining about. Then she switched to the other wing, and that was where the goal came from. For that tells you that the coach could.
She swapped with Rashida Ajibade.
Exactly. And so that showed that the coach is also seeing some of the things you saw that led you to complain. So for me, it is good, but I still have my fears.
Okay.
Probably we'll talk about them.
Okay. James, let's. Do you still have reservations like Coyote, or you just want to pour out the shock that this team has put out so far? Because, like we said, we saw the performance at last year's CAF tournament, and no one was actually impressed with that. What do you think has changed with the Super Falcons?
For me, I think one thing that I love about this team, that one change that I've seen in this team is their tactical discipline. You check 2 games now, you observe that there's always this shape they always try to keep, as in, especially in the defensive line. They don't just, if you call that yesterday game, the way the Australians were just bombing them with aerial threat and everything.
Yeah.
But I love the way they were able to keep their shape. They were just snuffing out everything. Unfortunately, they considered the last goal, which to me I feel was due to fatigue. It's not easy to hold on.
Well.
Yes, so for me, I think I love the fact that there is kind of tactical discipline in the Super Falcons. Gone are the days when they would have considered backload of goals, in such games in the past. But I think the coach, just like what I already said, there's an element of coaching in this team. The way they keep their shape, the way they form the block, the way they go out, the way they fall back, the way they, everything is, that this team, with all the controversy and everything that they went through, I think there's an element of coaching in this team. The way
sorry to cut in, James. You want to ask, why didn't we see this last year in Morocco? Why is it coming now? Is it because Randy Wardrum must have seen the amount of criticism, the barrage of criticism that has been thrown at him?
No, it wasn't as if he went to the WAFCON not to do well. But that was his first major tournament with the team. And so I believe that tournament was kind of an eye-opener for them. The most important thing for them at that WAFCON was to qualify for the World Cup, which they did. They've won the WAFCON 9 times. Winning it would have been just icing on the cake. So for me, I think this World Cup we are now seeing a team that's evolved. And since everybody is talking about their crush, I think one player who I really admire in this team
you also have a crush. You also have a crush, right?
Yeah. Very important. The Tosin Dimenya. I know, and the spotlight has been on the likes of what's her name, Azizat, but I think Tosin has been doing very well. She's under the radar a bit, but I think she has grown into this tournament. The good thing is she's paired with an experienced player in Osinachi Ohali. So I believe she's learning in every game that she's playing. So I'm so excited about the team. I won't lie to you. Going to that game, I was like, a point would have been enough, because I don't want them to go into the last game against Republic of Ireland needing a win. But the good thing is they've put themselves in a very, very good position. It's not all done, and at least a draw will be enough. But I want them to go all out and win that game. The good thing is the hosts, Australia and Canada, they have it all to do now. We are not in that position. Gone are the days when the Falcons will have to go into the final game needing a must-win.
Absolutely spot on.
They are not in that position. Their destiny is in their hands, and I believe with the way they've played, I want to believe that they are not going to go into that game against Ireland thinking they've qualified. I believe they are going to go with the same spirit, and I see them coming out with a victory. With the way they are going now, they are an unstoppable train. The Australia and Canada, they have themselves to sort out. We don't have that issue. Our destiny is in our hand, like I said, and I believe the Falcons will do justice to that.
Okay, that said,
why is everybody not giving me credit for Tosin Dimenya? We saw that girl at the Under-20 World Cup, I said, this is your future Super Falcons captain.
Okay, I'm giving you the credit.
Yeah, thank you for giving me that credit. To be honest, Tosin has, like James said, Tosin has developed into a home player. Yeah, against Australia, the first minute, there was a pack of nerves. You saw her make
Yeah.
some first error, but then she overcame that and got into the game. And see, people tend to overlook some of these things, and I agree with James. But if you take your time to go back and look at that match without tension now, you see what the defensive pair of Tosin and Ohale did in that game.
Okay.
You'll be surprised. One thing about them, which I like, and the goalkeeper too, because you cannot take it away from her, the calmness under fire, the calmness with which they go out, they really make mistakes, you know, and they don't kick balls anyhow. They play the ball out of defense. So for me, this goes back to the element of coaching that I talked about. And you said we didn't see some of this in Morocco. No, we did, especially in the game against host Morocco. Where they played with, I think they had
nine
men,
players.
nine women. Sorry, that showed character. But because we lost that game, people tend to forget what they did, and it's a process for me. It would have been absurd if the team are not better today than they were in Morocco. Even though they play games and they've lost some games, people criticize the coach. Some of your constituency, the press labeled the man a Noga coach, that he doesn't do this. Now everybody is praising him. For me, that's what success does. It brings many fathers. The failure is an orphan. So for me, I see it's almost a sin to single out players. It's almost the same, because everybody puts in their fair share. You cannot underestimate the influence of Rasheedat Ajibade in that game. We missed her in the first game. She came into it, and you know what? I said something about Rasheedat. I said if she realizes her full potential, she has the ability to even be bigger than Oshoala. She has that ability. If she gets into her potential, if she realizes her full, and the coach also agrees. She said, the coach said, if she gets to maturity, because she's just 23, she plays with Atletico Madrid now, that she has the ability to be one of the biggest players in the world. I agree absolutely with him. So all of the players did well. My first love, Ucheibe, was also good yesterday, but I just thought Tony Payne took the cake.
Okay. Hopefully, we hope that
I have two loves now.
You're really polygamous anyway. That's okay. Let's quickly bring our fans up to speed. Earlier this morning, of course, unfortunately, South Africa, they played 2-2 draw against Argentina. They were 2 goals up, but they allowed the Argentines come back into the game, so it ended 2-2. That was South Africa's first point in this competition. Unfortunately, Zambia are out, Morocco are out, so only the Super Falcons are currently now carrying the hopes of Africa, and we hope that they will be able to beat the Republic of Ireland on Monday and just qualify for another round of the World Cup. And Aziza Toshuala, of course, she made history yesterday, became the first African to score in 3 different World Cups for 3 different editions of FIFA Women's World Cup, and she also became first Falcon substitute to score at the World Cup. So that those are very clear. Guys, in Cameroon, the plot continues to take in against Samuel Eto'o. Football stakeholders have continued to ask Eto'o to resign, to leave his job. But let's leave that for now. Let's go to Ghana. And the GFA are now trying to do the damage control regarding comments that have been made about the future of Chris Hughton. Remember, we talked last time about GFA ESCO members saying that Chris Hughton has been terrible since he took over the job in March. But the GFA spokesperson and communication director, I'm talking about Henry Sante Tuama, is now saying that those individuals do not represent the opinion of the GFA. But I want you guys to carefully listen to the things he said, and you would know that those opinions of those men actually reflected the opinion of the GFA. Quickly, he said in an interview with Guide Radio, he said, let's only focus on the role they occupy. These are respected people. That is George Amako and Dr. Randy Abe in our football history. But regardless of being executive council members, listen, he said they have got every right to express their views when they think things are not going well. Do we see that? James, what do you think?
Well, I think I mean he was trying to come out to calm nerves and put things right, but at the end of the day, that last
I think
statement,
it did more damage by that statement.
That last statement is enough. I expect him to come out and see they are not in support of
we have absolute faith in
what
the
the two men said is not a reflection of their own what they feel about the coach, but for him to now, as if you are saying, talking from both sides of your mouth. I mean, at the end of the day, Femi, this is going to affect the Black Stars. We're going to cause division. I said this thing before, that you have a coach who, I mean, he's just, how many games has he handled? Just 3 games, and he has not lost anyone.
Games. 1-1, 2-2.
Lost anyone. The games he was expected to at least pick a point, he did. Now you have a crucial game at home against Central African Republic. I know, and a draw would be enough for them to qualify. Why not allow this man to qualify? Then sit down, have a meeting, and come up with ideas on how to improve the team. But this one, everybody just throwing attacks from different angles. I mean, you are already causing division in this team, and I said that it's been over 40 years that the Black Stars won the AFCON. I think they are going to, with this kind of mindset, this kind of mentality, that they are going about with. I'm telling you, Femi, that drought will go to continue.
Okay.
Major tournament with this. I mean, the GFA, the official to keep fine. Everybody they are entitled to their own opinion, but keep it to yourself. But this idea of you're going on radio station and start throwing bombs, starting attacking the coaches, I mean, you are going to cause division in the team, and it's going to really affect.
Okay.
It's going to go back to square.
Okay, Kayode, things has gone so bad that a legendary or veteran Ghana commentator, I'm talking about Jolate, has come out to say that with what is happening currently, the Black Stars should forget winning another AFCON title. And he's been saying that everything is boiled down to politics. And Kayode, like we always say, there is really no difference between how we run things in Ghana and Nigeria here. And it is all that is playing out. And Latte is saying that he was saying that the reason why Ghana football, the fortunes has nosedived, is because you see Ghana, unfortunately, we're injecting too much politics into everything. And even till today, some persons, some stakeholders in Ghana are accusing Ghana GFA president of running a family affair. So a lot of things are currently wrong. And I just feel that a point might come that Chris Uti might think of, guys, let me just drop this job and walk away. Kayode.
See, the truth is, it is beyond just Chris Uti. It is gross irresponsibility. Because once you are giving somebody a job, and this is what I always tell you, Femi, that when you ask me some things about coaches, I tell you, I'm not going to do his job for him. He has a job, he's being paid to do this job. And until we agree that he has not lived up to the terms of his contract, then you relieve him of that job. It is gross responsibility to come out in public and say the things they are saying. So I do not believe you cannot hold a personal opinion when you hold a public office, Femi. Whatever you say publicly reflects your office. So
absolutely,
you people should not continue to say all of these things, that somebody holds a personal opinion on a public issue when he is holding a public office. If the moment they come out of their houses, whatever they say in their bedroom is their personal opinion. But the moment they come out in public to say anything, it reflects back on them and the organization they represent. Like you said, I believe there's somewhere, maybe it is in the Atlantic Ocean, where they have buried the umbilical cord of Nigeria and Ghana. Everything that happens in one is reflected in the other. Yeah, I mean, which country goes to a major competition like the World Cup with the spokesperson of the federation publicly attacking the manager? And you know what? He had the backing of the federation. That's why nobody could. So tell me, when I walk in front of your gate and your dog keeps barking and nobody is calling it to order in your house, that means everybody in your house supports the action of the dog that is barking at me. So when the spokesperson of the FA, of the Nigerian Football Federation, was critical, no, not even criticizing, was abusing physically abusing the manager of your own national team. Few days
Randy Wardrum.
Yes, few days to the World Cup. You knew it was saying mind of the FA. But you know what? God has a way of working. Whatever happens at this World Cup, God has shut their mouth for Wardrum. So the same thing is happening in Ghana. You can see, if you think this guy is not doing what you want, he has fallen down on the terms of and condition of his contract. Relieve him of that duty. Don't go about in public messing him up. You people gave him this contract. There was something you saw in him before you gave him the job. Now you are criticizing him. It reflects poorly on you. It is your error of judgment. So you see, you are not being critical. You are being silly. Excuse my French. When you say things like that, you are being silly. You can decide to sack this guy tomorrow. The heavens will not fall. For me, there is no contract that cannot be broken. Relieve him of his job, pay him his dues, and let him go. But when you keep criticizing him, and somebody will now come and say you have a right to your opinion. No, sir, you don't have a right to your opinion. When you are in public office, you do not have a personal opinion. Once you come out in public, let's not deceive ourselves that these people have a. You do not. I don't agree. You are being paid. You are being paid on government on public from public posts. You know, I say you have a private opinion. No, you don't have a personal opinion.
Okay, and things are not even getting better for the GFA right now because CK Akono and of course Milovan Rajovac have threatened to drag the GFA to court if the monies they owe them are not paid. Because remember, Rajovac was sacked about 2 years earlier before Akono was dismissed from the job, and now both guys, in fact, Mustafa Usif, the Minister of Sport in Ghana, confirmed this himself. He said they've appealed to the two men, but they have insisted that they have to go to court. So things are not really well with the GFA.
Appeal what? So they don't deserve to be paid. The same thing in Nigeria. There's a certain coach that handled the team about 20 years ago who is still complaining that he has not been paid. Christian Chukwu is saying the same. He handled the Super Eagles how many years ago? They've not paid them. So why are they in office collecting their own allowances,
salaries,
and they cannot pay the coaches who keep them in office? Is that not wickedness?
Talking about Randy Wardrum, Kyle, what really got me incensed about this was that this is a man you are owing, and a journalist said he said that he got a hint of a move by the NFA to sack Randy Wardrum 10 days to the World Cup. 10 days to the World Cup. He said, but the permanent secretary in the sports ministry, remember now there is no minister right there, said no. He said, so Randy Wardrum will have been sacked from taking these girls to the World Cup. So,
and this is the same person that they are owing a backlog of salary that they've not paid.
Yeah.
You are a debtor and you are still doing shakara. You are doing shakara
they were owing him 14 months, paid 7 months, remaining 7 months.
Which country?
James, let's talk about let's talk about our football in Ghana. Of course, last year, I can't do we remember this. Ashanti Gold and of course Inter Allies, the 21 players from these teams were banned by the GFA disciplinary committee for issues bordering on match fixing. But the two clubs went to the Court of Arbitration for Sport, and the 21 players have been exonerated now. And the Court of Arbitration has said that the GFA must pay these players $7,253.76. So it's not even getting easy for GFA either side of things right now.
that was the good thing about when you have a good case and you take it to court, and at the end of the day you are exonerated. I mean, I'm happy for the players. I think they can get their career back on track now. You know, but it won't be easy because I mean, in such cases, I mean, it's going to affect you very well. But the good thing that they are able to sort themselves out. So, I mean, that was obviously when things like this, when off-pitch incidents is more, things are happening off-pitch than what's happening on the pitch. You know, money issue, bribery, all these things. It's going to continue to put the league in bad light. I'm happy for the fact that this has been settled. Remember how we talked about this issue in the past and everything. Thank God it has been resolved, and I hope that the money aspect, because you know when it comes to money issue now, it's always a big when it's time for them to now pay this player. I'm telling you, Femi, you're going to hear stories.
The players might go back to CAS and say they've not paid our money because they've been suspended since last year.
I'm telling you, this is going to drag on. I'm telling you, they are not going to pay that money immediately. It's going to drag on. I'm telling you, Femi. So just ready for another round of issues concerning this. The good thing that it has been resolved. It's now left for the for the GFA, for the people running the football there, to do the needful now. But I'm telling you, Femi, to take this from me, you're going to hear another issue. This is going to drag on for
James, before I go to Kayode, what is wrong with us? If we are not ready to run anything right, I think we should just sit and watch television for the rest of our lives. What is really wrong with us?
There's nothing wrong with us. We just decide to just do the wrong things. I mean, when you have around square pegs and round holes, just like what Kayode said, like Nigeria, like Ghana, you know, the way we do our things, like we're so similar. You know, we have people who are just there just to fill up their own pocket. They don't care. Let me tell you, they don't care about the players.
I think Sub-Saharan West Africa, it's almost the same thing. You get the same thing everywhere.
The players are just there for them to milk, you know, because they believe that they have the knowledge and everything to run football. They think they have the knowledge. Well, when you keep having things like this, it goes to show these people, they have nothing upstairs. As long as it's there. Remember the last World Cup, how many entourage went to the World Cup with the Black Stars? I mean, what does that tell you? That these are individuals who are just there for themselves.
And they collected $10,000 each.
No, their own money, when it comes to their own money, you never hear any issues. But when it comes to the players, just be rest assured that we're going to hear issues. That's just the sad part of all the whole thing.
Okay, Kayode, in 3 minutes, Ghana said that they were contemplating of hosting 2038 FIFA World Cup before, but Mr. Usif, the sport minister, come out to say we do not have the money. People are fighting in-house. We'll come together to host a World Cup. He said we do not have the money, we do not have the facility. Kayode, quickly as a round up.
Honestly, it's capital intensive. As much as it is a thing to brag about, that I want an African country to host it, but sorry, I do not support any attempt by any country in West Africa at the moment. If there's going to be an African,
even Nigeria,
not even Nigeria, I would want Morocco to submit a bid and actually host as soon as possible, because the Moroccans have shown that they have the facility to rival anybody in the world. As a matter of fact, I saw a report in 2006 that they actually had better facilities than Morocco, than England and Germany in 2006, but they were denied. They were denied. So for me, I think what they should do is try and host again. But Nigeria, Ghana, no, sir. Woo, with what? What are you with?
Okay, guys, sorry, we'll continue this conversation hopefully on Monday. Time is not really on our side. Kayode Ogundare, James Agberebe, thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you very much, Femi. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah. So to our fans around the world, Ghana, Cameroon, South Africa, Australia, Canada, we thank you so much for your support. Please, we want you to keep supporting the Super Falcons of Nigeria, because as it's well now, they are carrying the burden of Africa. South Africa will be playing Italy in their final game on Wednesday. We hope that they will be able to do something, while the Super Falcons will play Ireland on Monday. We want at least 2 African countries to make it to the next round. So we'll see you all on Monday, God's willing. Until then, still Nigeria Super Falcons. Bye for now.